Questions. I went away to grab my food.
There was one that said when
6 years old, didn't know a word of English. And they beat us for speaking no language.
Where was that?
I can't understand that.
Where was this?
I went to Genoa Indian School in East Central Nebraska. 6 years old, I didn't know a word of English. We wore army uniforms, marched to school, marched to our meals, everything by regimentation. Marching, wore uniforms. 1, 2, 3, 4. I learned to count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking good like you should. 1, 2, 3, 4. First part of the left think march. Second part of the left think march. Most of us already knew how to drill when we went into the army because we'd been drilling ever since we were in the 1st grade. Even the girls had to march. We had dress parades. But I couldn't understand why they beat us for speaking our language. Why? Was it wrong? It's, you know, but they wanted to speak only English. See, our people made some mistakes. We regretted them ever since. Number 1, we got careless with our immigration laws. Should we tighten them up? Number 2, we should have well enough, you know, made an environmental impact study. Instead, we let them come in. Number 3, we should have left well enough alone that first terrible winter. Instead, we started the first welfare program. We fed them and took care of them. Number 4, we should have insisted that they speak our language instead of, you know, theirs, English only. When I went away to school, we marched to school, marched to our meals, and they beat us for speaking our own language. Sometimes they washed our mouths out with soap, and they made their own soap. It contained a lot of lye and blistered your mouth. You couldn't speak any language. I still maintain that anyone who speaks 2 languages is richer than a person who speaks only one. So why deny him his legal right to speak his own language? But one of the things that I remember most was that we had to say prayer. We talk about prayer in school. It is compulsory. We said our Lord's Prayer, and we had compulsory chapel services. I remember one time I had to introduce the speaker and lead. Now, I've said the Lord's Prayer all my life. And when I got up to lead the Lord's Prayer, I completely couldn't remember the first words of the Lord's Prayer. I stood there for a long time thinking, what? Finally it came to me and I said, Our Father, and everybody else joined in. After the service, the sponsor came up and said, Sid, that pause you had before the Lord's Prayer really got to me. I never told her after it got to me.